What's up, guys? It's McNulty here. Hope you're all doing well. So Atlantis has risen once again, and with the Atlantis Rises event, we have got two new costumes for the Atlantis heroes in the summon portal. So we're going to go ahead and have a look at them today. The costumes are for Mok-Arr and for Danzaburo. So let's go ahead and start with Mok-Arr. So Mok-Arr is a purple hero of the fighter class now. He used to be a barbarian, so that's a definite upgrade in terms of the class. He's still from the Lagoon family. The Lagoon family bonus, you get a bonus for 2 or more heroes of anywhere from plus 3% to plus 15% attack. So not a bad bonus, but you have to have 2 or more of these Lagoon family heroes. And in terms of the stats, we're looking at, with the max power preview on, 927 attack, 873 defense, and 1687 health, so pretty decent across the board. In his old version with the max power preview plus the costume bonus, we've got 897 attack, 799 defense, and 1806 health. So with the costume, you've got a little bit more attack and a bit more defense and slightly lower health, so that's pretty decent. The costume bonus for these Atlantis heroes is an attack bonus of 3%, defense of 3%, health of 6%, and the mana bonus is only 1%. So you do want to level the costume up to take advantage of those bonuses, but not as good as some of the other costume bonuses with the big mana bonus, etc. So not the greatest so far. In terms of the special, the old special was Black Tide, where he would deal 270% damage to all enemies at average speed and 50% damage to all allies. So there was a little bit of a caveat on that one. And then he dealt extra damage against Holy, and all dark allies and enemies were immune to the attack. So he's never been a really great hero, because if you're going up against the standard defense, you're dealing 270 to all, but you're likely to miss the purple enemy. And we have had a long period of time where it's just been purple tanks, so that's really not a very useful skill if you're going to be missing the one that you want to take out the most. So that was the old special. He's never been a great hero in terms of that. So the new one, we've got Emerald Tide. Now he's dealing 280% damage to all enemies, so a bit of an increase in the damage alongside the increased attack stat, so that's pretty good to see. All dark allies and enemies get plus 54% attack for 4 turns, so that is pretty cool. He's increasing the attack of all of your dark allies, but he's also increasing the attack of the dark enemies as well. So you really want to pop him in on a team which is going to be primarily purple heroes, so that they can all take advantage of that increased attack for 4 turns. Now, all allies and enemies that are not dark element get minus 44% attack for 4 turns. And this effect is uncleansable for all holy enemies, and he still deals additional damage against holy. So really, really interesting this, and it actually does work quite a lot better than the old special. What you want to do with Mok-Arr is then plan around the attack team that you're going to be taking him on. I would definitely not put him in on my defense, because you can't predict what you're going up against. But on attack, you can pop him in with a couple of other dark allies and then anyone except holy, because all allies and enemies that are not dark get minus 44% attack for 4 turns. So it's interesting. I mean, he's really tailored to work with a mono attack team. So if you are fighting mono, then I would say he's a good addition. If you're not fighting mono, unless you're going 4-1, then he's probably not the greatest addition to your attack team. So really interesting what they've done. I do think that the costume is better than the original, in terms of the art and in terms of the special. But while it's better than the original, that's not saying much, because the original special was just absolute crap. So Mok-Arr, not a great hero, but he's better than the old version, and that's about all I've got to say about him. So moving on to the other hero in the portal, which is Danzaburo. So Danzaburo is a holy hero. He's a 4-star hero, so he's a bit more easily obtainable. And he's one of these heroes which was a bit of a gamble because you never knew which special he was going to perform. So he was of the rogue class, and he's now of the sorcerer class. So a bit of a downgrade in terms of the talent, but I don't mind the sorcerer class. I still think it's a pretty good class. And he is of the Sakura family. The bonus for the Sakura family is a pretty good one. It's anywhere from 2% to 12% increased mana generation. So pairing him up with heroes of the same family is going to speed up his mana, and you can definitely take advantage of that. His costume bonus is going to be the same, where he gets the attack bonus of 3% and up to the mana bonus of 1%. Same, so we won't go over that again. And in terms of stats, we've got, with the max power preview on, 712 attack, 815 defense, and 1656 health. So really survivable hero for the 4-star category. 815 defense and 1656 health are pretty decent stats for a 4-star hero. A bit lower on the attack, but that does depend on which special he's going to be dealing. Comparing it, his other stats were quite balanced, but slightly higher on the attack. I think in most cases I'd probably rather have the increased defense, especially if you're going up against 5-star defenses. So his new special, well, his old one was called Trickster's Gambit. His new one is called Amazing Deals. Seems like something that we see a lot of playing this game day to day. He used to perform a trick for a specific effect. He now sells junk for a specific effect. So the Amazing Deals are junk, basically, is what that says to me. Interesting. The special skill. So he can cast one of any of these 3 specials. So he can either deal 270% damage to all enemies and give all enemies minus 39% attack for 3 turns. Pretty decent. I like that, because I think the only other attack all hero at that sort of percentage would be Wukong costume in the 4-star yellows. So not a bad special to start off with. The second one is Questionable Snake Oil. I love the names of these. All enemies get minus 24% mana generation for 3 turns and minus 44 defense for 3 turns. So again, not a bad option. Just wish you could kind of pick one of these. And the last one is Clearance Sale. So he can increase the mana of all allies except the caster by 3%. And the caster can't gain mana for 2 turns, and this effect can't be cleansed. Okay. Of all of these, I think that the last one is the worst. And I was kind of going well until I got to that one, because I would not want that one. Increasing mana of all allies by 3%. I mean, it is sort of uncleansable, because he's just, it looks like permanently increasing the mana of himself and all allies by 3%. So I guess that's pretty cool in and of itself. But the fact that he can't gain mana for 2 turns and the effect can't be cleansed, yeah, it is a massive gamble, that one. It's interesting. Not sure if there's a way that you could particularly take advantage of that. I don't think you'll have long enough in a match to do so. But definitely the first 2 I like the sound of. Comparing them to his original, he had a 255% damage with minus 54% accuracy, or a plus 24 mana generation and plus 63 defense. And then the freeze was terrible. He just couldn't gain mana for 2 turns and the effect couldn't be cleansed. So with him running at average speed, I think that the new costume version is better. I think it's great that the stats are lined up with the defense and the health stat, and that you can have better specials that you could take advantage of, and even the one that you least want him to perform is still pretty good. So overall, an improvement for Danzaburo and an improvement for Mok-Arr, but still really not great heroes. I mean, in comparison to some of the other guys that we're looking at, these 2 would not be chasers, in my opinion. But congrats if you did pull them. I think that they're pretty good heroes. In fact, I think out of the featured heroes, probably the hero of the month, Kara would be the one to grab out of this portal at the moment, because she's an absolute monster and a great hero on both offensive and defensive teams. So thanks so much for watching. Those are my thoughts on the new costume heroes for the Atlantis summon. I wish you guys all the best in your summons, and I'll see you all again in the next video. Bye for now.